Yeah, I I have something in particular to say. I have something in particular to say. Jehovah Jireh, Jesus Christ of Nazareth, the Holy Spirit is God Almighty. Yeah, so I have something to say. And this is about decisions that a person can make. It's about the way a person was born. And I do hope that whoever is listening will get something fruitful, beneficial from this. First of all, this subject or this topic is specifically intended for witches and warlocks. This topic is intended for witches and warlocks. So buckle up and let's get right into it. Yeah, there is a statement that is commonly expressed by witches and warlocks. And that is, I was born that way. I was born that way. I was born a demon. That is not true. Why it is not true? Because God made human beings. And humans are not demons. Humans are humans. A human being is a human being. However, a human being can be demonized. A human being can be demonic. When a human being is demonic, it doesn't mean that that human is a demon. It's just that that human is in agreement with things that are demonic. It's just that that human chose to be infernal. Okay? And what infernal means is hellish, evil. Just like perdition is evil. Now, you have humans on earth that are demons. As to say, they are no longer human. And I'm going to explain myself because I have already said that a human cannot be a demon. But there are humans on the earth that are demons. And I'm going to explain myself what I mean by a human being a demon. Well, a human no longer is a human but a demon. Now, we're going to start off with being born that way. It's going to be about witchcraft. Witchcraft is a curse that a lot of people were born with. It is a curse that a lot of people were born with, unfortunately. Why? Because in the bloodline of whatever family, a person who was born with the curse of witchcraft, whatever family that person is a part of, that family, unfortunately, has had a curse of witchcraft running through their bloodline. Meaning when a person is born in that family, most of the time that person is going to be indwelled by a witchcraft curse. That person is going to be affected by a witchcraft curse. That person is going to be eclipsed. His or her nature could be and can be eclipsed by that curse of witchcraft. The reason why the curse of witchcraft is often defended is because it is a curse that allows a person to administer destruction. When a person is indwelled or is affected by the curse of witchcraft, or is confined to a curse of witchcraft due to being born in a family that has that curse in its bloodline, that person is able to do things destructively. And that curse can cause a person to experience pleasure, because witchcraft has pleasure in it. And so that's a curse that could cause a person to experience pleasure. It is a curse that could allow a person to intrude the lives of other people and find out things about other people. That's what the curse is able to do. Because it is a curse of evil angels. The witchcraft spirit is an angelic spirit. It is an angelic spirit, but it's one of those angels that were thrown from heaven. So angels, demons are angels, literally. The spiritual beings that were created in the heaven, the third heaven, they are angels. But they have gotten the name, or they have gotten the name demon on earth. But really and truly, they were called angels. And in the heavenly language, I believe angel is pronounced different to whatever language exists on earth. So demons are angels, and the witchcraft curse is an angelic thing. It's angels, it's angelic. However, because of what it is able to do, and because of what it allows a person to do, like for example mermaids, and able to fly in the spirit realm, whereby literally that person who is flying due to witchcraft, they are literally seeing the geographical landscape in which they live. Physically, literally seeing physical things. So they are in the spirit realm, and if they were to fly across your window, they would see you doing whatever you are doing in your room or in your house or wherever you are in your house. They are able to do these things. So it is very entertaining. Let's not deny that as a reality. If a person is able to astral travel, then it allows a person to intrude people's home and see people doing things personally. And that can be very entertaining to a lot of people who are very nosy. Yeah, nosy means like to mind people's business. So that it allows a person to do a lot of things. It allows a person to experience life in another way. A way that is very mysterious and very divine and very deep. And so people, due to the experiences that people are able to have through witchcraft, they often defend it with their very life. They defend it stubbornly, knowing even if they know that it is wrong, due to the fact that the witchcraft is able to allow them to experience pleasure in whatever way it can be experienced. They often defend it and see it not as a problem, but see it as a gift. There are some people who do not know that they have that curse. They think that traveling spiritually is a gift from God, when in reality it's not a gift from God. It is a curse that allows the person to travel. Then they would say, well, in your other video, you said that that person is not the human being, but a demon. Yes, what happened is the demonic curse, which is witchcraft, bridge the gap. The demonic curse bridged the gap and caused that person to experience what that demon is experiencing. So it's like there's an interface or interconnection between the demon and the person whom the demon indwells. So when the demon leaves the person's body through astral travel, the person will also experience what the demon is experiencing. So there's an interconnection between the demon and the person. And so this is one of the reasons why it is defended strongly. Any spirit, and right now I'm going to speak to a demonic spirit right now in the name of Jesus. Demonic spirit, I command you to shut up. I command you to shut up, demonic spirit, in the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Now, this is what I want you to understand. A lot of people would say, I was born that way and I can't help it. Now, that to me is a superficial statement. It is a statement that often comes from a person who denies reality oftentimes, who denies the fact. If you are so impervious to right by defending your witchcraft curse and say it is a gift and you were born that way, or you were born that way knowing that it is wrong, yet you stubbornly persist to say you were born that way, how come you are able to obey the traffic rules? How come you are able to obey the rules on your job? How come you are able to stay out of jail? How come you are not making that statement when you, as you are so obedient to the traffic rules, staying out of jail, and the rules on your job? Why is it that when it comes to God, you would imperviously say that you were born that way? In other words, you can't help. Well, how is it that you are able to help yourself when it comes to obeying the rules? Well, if you were born that way and you so stubborn and to the truth and refuse to submit to the truth, why don't you drive in your car and when you are on the road, run into the oncoming traffic? And if you refuse to run into the oncoming traffic, then it means that you have ignorantly agreed with evil consciously, because you refuse to let go your evil life. It's a hard thing. It's a hard thing. There is something else that I have to say. It's a hard thing. There are some people that have a wicked heart. There are some individuals, let's say, that have a wicked heart. When a person has a wicked heart and is indwelled by demonic spirit, that person literally can be that person character and decision making can be completely eclipsed and overtaken by that demon. Why? Because that person does not have love in his heart. When a person does not have love in his heart, that person could be a very dangerous witchcraft practitioner. Why? Because you don't go and get witchcraft like that and dwell in you like that. You don't just go and get demons to it could happen, but you don't go and get that curse to dwell in you. Most of the time, people were born with that curse. People were born with that curse. Matter of fact, majority of people on planet, unfortunately, were born with that curse. There are people who do not know that it is a witchcraft curse that allows them to astral travel. Why? Because they have seen themselves traveling and not knowing that it was the very demon inside of them. The very demon that is inside of them. Now, like I said previously, a couple seconds ago, when a person has a wicked heart and is indwelled by that witchcraft curse, that person could be a deadly person. Why? What? Because what happened is decisions and the way of life is always done by the heart. If a person has a wicked heart and he is indwelled by demon, that person literally is like a demon subconsciously. Why? Because no, that's not really what I want to use as to say why a human being could be no longer be a demon but a human but a demon. Even though a person's character is eclipsed by that demonic spirit that is within him, even though he's human, it still doesn't change the fact that he's human. He is human. You may ask, well, how does a person become a demon and no longer human? Now, I'm going to tell you, wait. So what happened is the heart is the very reason why people live the way they do. The heart is the very reason why a person could be very dangerous. People need to understand that the good looks does not mean that that person is not evil. Good looks does not guarantee good heart. Humans go by good looks. People are deceived because of being drawn to beautiful faces and good looks. But what has caused a lot of people to make terrible mistakes is when they are led and are driven by the physical appearance of a person, when they are moved by the physical appearance of a person, when in reality, a person who is physically attractive could be a very evil person. A person could be very, very good looking and is very evil. You got to understand, people can, listen to me, because some people are not going to agree with me. You cannot be born with a wicked heart and eventually become good. You cannot be born with a wicked heart and eventually become good. People are like trees. If you are an orange tree, you're going to be an orange tree for the rest of your life. Not because a person is the leader of a gang doesn't mean that that person cannot have love. Being a leader of a gang doesn't change the fact and possibility of that person being a good-hearted person. Being a sweet, good-looking, do you know they have some sweet, mild, calm characters out there? So gentle and could be a stinking, rotten devil. Do you know a person could be super cute? A person could be super cute and could be an evil person. Do you know that cuteness does not change the reality and fact that good heart does not depend on a beautiful face? Do you know that they have some people that are very ugly and, well, Lord forgive me, very unacceptable physically and are very loving? Do you know that? Do you know that, listen to me, a person could be in the hospital and broken to pieces and still refuse to submit his heart to God? I have met a lady, and that lady was on her bed for a couple of years. A situation that should provoke a person to surrender to God, and that person still refused at that time to surrender to God, even though this person was, I have not seen her in a long time, but at that time, even though she was in this terrible state, a state that would provoke a person to want to surrender to God, she refused to surrender to God. Do you know that being sick doesn't mean that that person wants God? A person could be sick and still doesn't want God. Do you know that you don't, listen to me. You could meet a person on the street and that person could ask you for money and you could refuse that person money and said, I prefer buy you food. Some people would disagree and say, but who are you to tell the man what to buy? But then we have what you call instincts. We have instinct and intuition. We have a natural way of seeing things and instinctively know that if I give you my money, you're going to go and buy crack. Do you know that it is loving to tell a person, I prefer to buy you food because you look like you on crack? No, it's wrong to judge people. It's wrong to judge people because you don't know what that person could want. But the thing is, you have the right to your money. You have the right to your hard-working money, right? Where you could tell a person, I prefer to buy you food. There is no way you could go wrong for choosing to give somebody food. You can never be wrong when you choose to give if you choose to give somebody food, God could never be angry at you unless God tell you, go and give that person some money. But once God hasn't told you anything, you have the right to know how your money is being spent. You have the right. Do you know that? It's your money. Until it's in your hand, it's your money. Now, if you give the person the money, it's not right to go and take it back and tell that person whatever, because you have already give them the money. So it's theirs. It's their position. They are the owner of that money. But once you have your money in your hand, you have the right to say, I prefer to buy you food. And you can't tell me how to think. You can't tell me how to analyze things. That's not bad. That's loving. But some people would be, oh no, you shouldn't do that. And maybe that's the wicked person. But that person would see you evil because that person is saying you don't have the right to tell that person how to speak. Yes, you have the right, because we are living in a world where things are possible. No, you don't have the right to judge the person. You don't have the right to judge the person. And at the same time, you who giving the money, have the right to know how your money is spent. So now, come back to what I was saying about evil heart. A lot of people, they often seek for excuses to appease their evil, wicked ways. A person cannot be born good and turn out wicked in a sense where the heart will change. You could be affected by your surroundings, but your heart does not change because you were born. Once you were born with a type of heart, that's the heart that's going to be with you for the rest of your life. That's the heart that's going to be with you for the rest of your life. Do you know that a person could be sweet and look loving? These are the dangerous people. They have some people that could be very sweet in the voice. Ça va? Which ça va means you're right. Okay? And hello, hi. And oh, that's for me. And that person could be the very reason why you have cancer, because that person imprecated a curse against you 3 months ago or 3 years ago or 1 year ago. Do you know that knowing a person and being close to a person doesn't guarantee a good friend, a good friendship, or a loving friend? You could be close to a person for years, and that person could be the worst thing of your life. Do you know that having a wife doesn't guarantee love? Having a wife or a husband doesn't guarantee love. Do you know that? Do you know a person could pretend? Do you know a person could hide and then after unfold who they really are when they have literally gotten through with what they wanted to get through with you? Do you know that? So what I want to say is, when people say they were born that way as an excuse to say, I have the right to do evil, it's a lie. It's a lie, and it's wicked. When a person is impervious to right, as they have made that statement, is because that person is evil. Please, people, know this. You need to know this. good looking face doesn't guarantee a good heart. A lot of people could look good looking, and that doesn't mean that person is loving. Do you know that a person could look sweet and sexy and look smooth and look creamy and woo, and is a nasty stinking maggot of a devil? The problem with human is that they go by what they see. They go by what they see. And a lot of times what you see could be the very destruction of your life. The thing is, we got to understand that the Bible said it is not by sight, but by faith. We must walk by faith and not by sight, because sight could be very deceptive. You see, because once sight knows that you can see it, sight is going to transpire the things that you like to see to get you to believe what they want you to believe. You gotta check the heart. I mean, how does a person knows the heart? Check the action of a person. The eyes. You see, the eyes, the Bible said the eyes are the window of your soul. When a person is wicked, he is going to have a wicked eye. You hear what I say? Let me repeat. When a person is wicked, he is going to have that eye. You hear what I say? He's going to have that eye. Your eyes cannot hide. If a person is a con artist, he's going to have a con artist eyes. You're going to see it. If a person is a snake, you're going to see the snakeness in their eyes. If a person is tricky, if a person is whatever he is, that will be shown in the eye. That means when you meet a person, you got to watch the eyes. Because what happens is a loving person always transpire grace in his eyes. You can't help it. Can't help it. A loving person always transpire grace in his eyes. Listen to me, when you go somewhere and you see wicked eyes, you better don't ignore that fact. You better don't ignore that reality. When you go somewhere and you got to look at the eye. You got to focus on the eye and see if you see any grace. If you know somebody who is loving, if you have grown up around a person and that person is a loving person, check that person's eyes. You got to look at the eyes, because the eyes they don't hide. The eyes don't hide. That means Jesus has the sweetest eyes. Why do you think demons always look? How do you know a demon? How do you know how? It's the eyes. I had seen a demon already, and what was transpired to me? The eyes. The eyes is what literally show what is there. You got to look at the eyes. The eye. If a person is evil, it's because the demon is in that person. Do you know that a person? Let me make it clear. A person could have demons in them and still be loving. Do you know that? Do you know that the demon does not change the heart? Do you know that demons cannot change your heart? Demons can't change your heart. Because once your heart is a good heart, there's no way nobody could change that. That's the way you are. That's why when you know yourself and you know your heart, because it's possible to know your heart. It's possible. However, at the same time, a person could be deceived by his heart. So the best thing to do is to read the Bible, because the Bible is going to expose what type of heart you have. Because the Bible says the heart is deceit. The Bible said the heart is deceitful and desperately wicked. That means there is a desperation of a wicked heart. That means you can't trust. That means a person. You know what is evil? Do you know what is evil? When husbands kill their wife for life insurance. When wives kill their husband. Better give somebody one. For me, it is evil for life insurance companies to literally have two people exposed and let them take life insurance, knowing the reality of people killing their husbands and wife for that same thing. I believe that this thing should be done privately. I believe when a life insurance company is interviewing two people, they should literally tell them, next time, don't come back here. Don't you come back here with the two of you. Listen to me. I would literally, from the moment I spot you, I would call you, come here fast. Come here, you come here. Yeah, I want to see him. And I would tell him, never let your wife know that you have life insurance, because you do not know what the future holds. You do not know what's going to happen in the future. What if she or you did do something wrong and she decided to out you, to kill you, because she knows you have money on your head. You have like 150,000 or 300,000. If you have so much money on your head through life insurance, and you better be careful. You better be careful. You better be careful. Listen to me. If you got life insurance, listen to me, every person who can hear me. If you have life insurance and you feel sick, hear what I say? If you have life insurance and you feel sick, you just feel sick. You just can't understand. You went to the doctor and the doctor cannot find out what is wrong with you. Check your wife or check your husband. They work in witchcraft and you can kill you and kill you. If you know that you have life insurance, like $400,000, and you know if you're sick and if you got life insurance and you find yourself being sick a lot, check your spouse. And if your kids are a part of it and they know, check your kids. Check your kids. Well, how do you do that, preacher? Well, I'm not going to send you to no voodoo man. No, I'm going to tell you, go and pray. Go and pray and ask God. Go and pray. But check your spouse. Check who is on your life insurance, or they will kill you. They will kill you. They will kill. Listen to me. They will kill you. Listen to me. They have family members. Don't trust nobody. That's why you see me. I'm not going to put my all. I love my kids. But I have leave room for the possibility of don't mess with me, because you might end up become my worst enemy. Do you know that children a lot of times become your worst enemy? You might say, well, that's because you were bad to them. There are some children, they have had a very decent upbringing, and they still become the worst thing to their parents. Why? Because they're wicked. A wicked person is wicked. When a person is wicked, don't try to figure things out. Listen to me, if you have met a good-looking man, or a good-looking woman, and since you have met that person, things ain't the same because you thought it would have been nice because they're so cute. You better make up your mind. Don't even wonder why they're like that. Because the thing is, when a person was born with a wicked heart, that person is going to be wicked for the rest of his and her life. That's why bad people always vibes bad people. When bad people are around bad people, they feel good because they are around the same frequency. Now, what about the human now transform into a demon? Listen here. Now, in the book, they have three people that I know were doomed, even though they were on earth. That's Saul. Remember Saul, the King Saul? What did God say to Samuel? Samuel, why are you praying for Saul? Don't you know that I have rejected him? That's doom. That's doom. Once God rejected, that's doom. That's one. Who else? Judas. Judas is known as the son of perdition. That's doom. What does perdition mean? Hell. So Judas was a doomed soul. That's two. Who else? Eli. Remember Eli, the priest, who had sons who were having sex in the temple, doing the worst, the most abominable thing in the temple? Huh? What did Samuel tell Eli? What, according to what God told him? His sacrifices and offering won't be of no use. That means you could sacrifice all you want. God will not forgive you. That's three. So it is possible for a person to be doomed on earth even though he's on earth. These things are possible. We gotta watch out how we mess with God. You can't be a preacher and be a warlock and doing a bunch of abominable things and think God's spirit is going to always strive with you. A lot of preachers are already doomed and they think that they still stand a chance to salvation. A lot of preachers, listen to me, when you have a good heart, right, your conscience will beat you because of the heart you have. Your conscience, when you have a good heart, your conscience will beat you. From the moment your conscience does not beat you, it's because you do not have a good heart. So listen me carefully. Listen me carefully. Listen me carefully. When you say, I was born with these demons, and so, yeah, I was born this way. No, 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 no. If you are impervious to truth and right and change for the better, for the sake of your demons, whatever, it's because you have a wicked heart. I don't care if you angry at me. The thing is, I used to think on being nice to appease people in their anger, whatever the case may be, to alleviate or whatever the anger or whatever can be done by being nice. I don't believe in that no more. The thing is, when I preach the gospel, I don't force the gospel on people. I will literally pass through your neighborhood preaching, and if you don't want it, I'm gone. I don't have to speak a lot for you to get the point. You don't need a lot of word for you to get the truth. You don't need a lot of saying for you to know what to be done or what you need to know. You just need a word sometimes. Just a word. Just a word is enough. Just one word could change your entire life. One word. All you need is one word, and that thing could change your entire life. The thing is, when you have a heart of God, you're going to always feel concerned. You're going to be concerned. You don't want to do wrong, even though you are exposed to temptation or whatever the case may be. In your mind, you know you feel bad and you just want to do right. That's just how it is with a good heart. Good heart means good conscience. But when your conscience is destroyed, it's because your heart is not good. You see, Saul was not a good man. Saul doesn't have a good heart. Saul. What the name is? What the name is? Saul. Then you have Judas Iscariot, and then you have Eli. Eli's heart wasn't good. Eli didn't have a good heart. In the days of Eli, the word of God was scarce. In the days of Eli, the word of God was scarce. Revelation was scarce. Why? Because Eli was not doing good. Because Eli was wicked. Because Eli was supposed to run those wicked kids of his out from his house. Run them, and if they refuse, have them killed. Kill them, because what? You're gonna listen to me. When you see, if you have a mother and your mother is doing wrong, and you defend your mother in her wrong, you wicked. If you have a brother and your brother is doing wrong and you defend your brother in his wrong, you are wicked. You're supposed to tell them you are wrong. I don't care if you're my brother, mother, or whatever. You are wrong. And that's the reality of the heart. And so you just need to know that when you say, oh, I was born that way, that statement is just for you to hide the fact and reality that you are wicked. And that's the reason why you refuse to do good, because you're wicked. And when a person is wicked, don't even try to change them. Don't even try to look for them to change. Don't look for them. Don't know, because what happened is you're going to waste your time, because you need to understand they were born that way. What way? Heart. Because demons don't change people. Mary Magdalene had demons in her. And what happened? Does that mean she didn't have a good heart? She had a good heart. She had a good heart. You don't, listen to me. You don't change. If you were born a coconut tree, you're going to be a coconut tree the rest of your life. If you were born an apple tree, you're going to be an apple tree for the rest of your life. If you were born, a pumpkin tree, you're going to be a pumpkin tree for the rest of your life. You're not going to be born a pumpkin tree and then turn out to be an orange tree. That don't work. If you're born wicked, you're going to be wicked for the rest of your life. That's just the way it is. Yeah.